Hi guys, Scotty here with another DBZ Dokkan Battle video for you. In this video we're going to be looking at the best extreme team currently in the game, and that is going to be the GT Bosses / Inhuman Deeds led by Phi Omega Shenron. This team I've brought it up a few times on the channel. You should be seeing it around a lot currently, because with the latest drop of AGL Ledgic as a side character banner, who is fantastic. He's not breathed new life, but he's given this team even more of, I would say, nearly an unneeded boost, but we got it all the same and we're not going to complain about that. But he gives this team an extra bit of survivability, he brings some support to the team, and he's just all around an amazing addition to a team that had one or two units that were kind of on their way out, and now we've got a little bit of a new lease on life here. So let's jump right into it. The team is obviously led by Physical Omega Shenron, who's an awesome leader skill, 250% lead, and that is going to help out a lot with this team. Leads Inhuman Deeds, Power Absorption, or GT Bosses category, and then gives an extra 50% attack, health, and defense to Shadow Dragon Saga, Worldwide Chaos, or Battle of Fate. He gives his allies crit chance, he's a rainbow orb changer, and he gets additional supers from his passive, which help out a ton. However, the most important part of his passive, I would say, is this: with a rainbow key sphere obtained, extreme class allies get extra defense and they get extra damage reduction. Now, this doesn't say self-excluded either, which means that not only can he provide his allies with 10% extra damage reduction, he can actually provide himself with an extra 10% damage reduction, as well as another Physical Omega Shenron. Now, if you wrap around to the next turn and Physical Omega Shenron on that turn also gets a rainbow orb, you are going to be getting a total of 70% damage reduction for both Physical Omega Shenrons and extra 20% for the entire team. All that good stuff. It is why this team is so survivable and why you can just do so much with them. So now that you understand a little bit more of what's going on in the background of this team, how is Legic helping out and what has he done to sort of change up this team a little bit? Legic is providing 100% dodge on his first turn, which is crazy in and of itself, but just being able to slot him in turn 1, slot 1, when you may be going to take a lot of damage from that first super, especially with stuff like the special battles, stage 1, stage 2, part 1, part 2, all of that. They hit quite hard right off the bat, and your units might not be able to just handle that immediately. Having that 100% dodge on the first turn, as well as a 60% attack and defense support for the rest of the team, just makes Legic so valuable, the utility that he brings in slot 1, and then being able to put him into slot 3 afterwards, doing a ton of damage. He gets a 500% attack boost once he goes to slot 3. There is a 250% that's only once off, but the second 250% is always there in first slot and third slot, and then he has the rest of the time with 75% dodge. So you can sit in slot 3 supporting 60% whenever he comes around, or you can even put him in slot 2, although that does have its own problems. Now on your first turn, this is probably what you're going to want everything to look like. Hopefully you can get Legic in rotation 1, but if not, rotation 2 is fine as well. He'll sit in slot 1, he'll dodge everything for you, and you'll float off whoever else is in that turn. Now, he's not the best link for Physical Omega Shenron, so whoever is in your third slot will hopefully be providing big bad bosses to Physical Omega Shenron so that you can get that extra damage. And this is where I said you don't generally want to ever run Legic in slot 2. It's slot 1 or 3. Slot 2, you're going to block your Physical Omega Shenron from most of his links. You're going to see him do significantly less damage, and Legic loses out on a huge amount of his damage, not his damage reduction, his chance to dodge and damage reduction as well when he's in slot 2. He is a slot 1 or a slot 3 kind of guy. You're going to have him in slot 1, he's going to do some nice dodge for you in the first turn, and then when he comes back, you float him off, you take the extra damage and all the extra supers that he gets for that turn, and then he's just going to be coming back and dodging and providing support. That is going to be his sort of value add for this team. And this team, the whole thing with this team really is killing pretty much everything within 4, 5, maybe maximum 6 turns by the time the domains for Physical Omega Shenron expire, so that should be enough to help out. Now, just to cover a couple of other units on the team, we've obviously got the Zamasu / Goku Black reversible exchange unit from GEC. Amazing unit. They can also slot one a lot of the time, although some of these bosses are getting ridiculous right off the bat, so they may need just not make it, but you might take a little bit of damage on your supers. But really what is super useful is to have Goku Black and then swap into Zamasu, do that stupid big active, and then let Zamasu hit for like 130 million, 90 million, 90 million, and do those extra supers and do huge damage. He's a nuke that you can pull out, and it's awesome to have him on a team where he can actually slot 2 because you've got reliable slot 1s. Legion of Shadow Dragons is going to be absolutely fine as well. They're getting the extra damage reduction. They're super a lot. They gain attack and defense. They're great unit, do a huge amount of damage as well. For your floats, we're going to have Tech Sign Shenron. He just needs as many orbs as possible whenever you see him come around. He will be fine as long as you're giving him orbs so he's getting his damage reduction, he's getting his extra attack, all of that. He will do a ton of damage and a ton of super attacks. Ledgic will obviously float majority of the time, except for his first turn. And then you have the STR Super Easy Aid Omega Shenron. Unfortunately, who will never be able to link with the physical Omega Shenron would be an evil combination if you could. He's going to float as well, and yeah, bit of a pity that he has to float when you see him hit 90 million, and he does that 4 times in a row. It's just incredible. He's so powerful on this team. It's an amazing float. Now, if you can't build this team exactly this way, there are some alternatives. I've been running Goku Black, Rosé, the Super Easy Aid one, a lot of the time on this team. That's who I replaced for Legic. He is fine. He just needs to take 1 or 2 hits before he can tank hugely, but it's okay. His damage is okay, and he can be quite tanky. You can obviously run the free-to-play LR Nova. Shenron, absolutely fine. Android, Super Android 17 is fine as well. He's a great unit on this. He can take some damage before he's supered, and that can hurt with AoEs, but he should be fine. And then we have the STR Baby as well. The last 2, I would say, are not the greatest. You're kind of grasping at straws at this point. Those 2, they can make it. You can make it work with them floating, especially with LR Tech Broly's first turn as well, with the hugest damage reduction. But yeah, they're not really on the full. They're not really on the full leader skill, so it wouldn't help terribly. But maybe you just really want to try out the team, and that's fill them out. But yeah, that is pretty much it. That is GT Boss's team. Having so much fun with this team. Unfortunately, I haven't pulled any LRs in part 2, so I've just been having a lot of fun with the banner units, the side banner units, and this team has been so much fun to run. I love the GT Boss's team, and this has made it even better. But thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped, and I will see you guys in the next one.